All right, the Audible is on the air. We're live on Friday. If you're watching us via Periscope, you can go ahead and send your questions in all day long to this guy. Just hashtag the Audible. You can catch us on a delayed broadcast tomorrow on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page and on MiamiDolphins.com. Joining me today, Joe Rose.
It's Friday, man.
It's a Friday. It's a Joe Rose Friday. And when it's a Joe Rose Friday, you know anything can happen in here.
Well, you know where I'm going to be after this. I'm going out and have a few
Cocktails.
Drinks, get ready.
Well, you know,
ready for a big Friday night. Maybe chase that wife of mine around a little bit.
Oh, you got a small room to chase her in because she's a little faster than you these days, Joe.
She is a little quicker and doesn't seem as interested in the whole process. If you know what I mean, without getting into all that.
The excitement level is not what it used to be.
No,
I got you.
I can't imagine it either. It's amazing.
Look at this now. Look now. See what happened today. I got the injury report in this fashion right here.
Okay.
Now, you know, when Leon, my producer, who's supposed to take care of me, right?
Yeah.
You know what he gives me? That.
Oh, you can't read that.
Yeah, you're supposed to read that.
There's no way.
But Trey.
It's a good heads up. Good heads up by somebody.
Trey
right
steps
there.
up, you know. Not for nothing, but Trey's after Leon's job. But that's between me and you. But anyway, Trey steps up. He brings me a nice that I can read, that I can see what's going on and actually know it instead of trying like I'm squinting here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Xavier Howard.
Right.
Oh no, that's not Xavier. So now I got where I can read.
No, much bigger, much nicer.
Let's give Trey a round of applause. Good job, Trey. Very nice. That's the way a show should be produced. That's the way a producer works right there. It makes it easy for you, right?
I think he does want that job. I think you hit something there.
Bad. He wants that job. Squatch, I think he's trying to sneak in there too and get a little piece of Leon's action there. But Leon's making big money. Big money.
I think they found out. The word is the paychecks got out. And everybody got a little look at Leon's and going, oh.
Everyone wants a piece of it.
We can do this Leon thing.
All right, well, let me go ahead and give you the injury report for how we've got it right and what we've got now. Isa Abdul-Qadir has been limited all week. He's questionable. Brandon Albert was full the last 2 days, but he's listed as questionable. Kiko Alonso didn't practice all week, doubtful. And Joe, that's the one that's a tough call there. He's got the hamstring. According to him, his hamstring is more of a concern than the thumb is. He certainly wanted to go out and play with that cast on his thumb after having surgery on Monday, but the hamstring is the one that's going to be kind of and I think he's going to be a game time decision. I think that's what we see with him. Kenyon Drake, full, he's questionable. Xavier Howard, limited, questionable. What do we see out of Xavier Howard this week?
I'm not sure he's going to play.
Maybe another week.
Maybe one more week, but I really thought, he's
right there on the
cusp. I talked to these guys before the last game. He's like, oh, man, I'm ready to go. And I'm out with the practice squad. And then you're going, well, you've been off a while. You need a little more time. They want to make sure, Bo.
No, absolutely.
He's healthy. They don't want this to continue on.
Yeah, you don't want to exacerbate the situation with him. You want to make sure he's 100% and get him out there. Jelani Jenkins is doubtful. He didn't practice all week. Jarvis Landry, he's good to go. He missed one practice, and it wasn't injury related. Earl Mitchell is questionable, but he practiced full today. He's got a shoulder or a back injury. How about Matt Moore shows up just this week or just Friday on the injury report with a shoulder injury, but he's questionable. Devontae Parker, full speed today, so he should be ready to go. Same with Spencer Paysinger. Mike Pouncey out. Anthony Steen, full practice today. He's listed as questionable. Urbeck, same thing. And Mario Williams doesn't look like he's going to go. As far as the Arizona Cardinals are concerned, really the only people they've got questionable, John Brown. He was limited in practice all week long. Marcus Golden, a linebacker, limited with a hamstring today, didn't practice the other 2 days, so he's questionable. Robert Mdiche, he's questionable, limited. Tyrann Mathieu, he's got the shoulder, he's out. And Thorold Simon, the cornerback, was limited. Didn't practice the first 2 days, but was limited today, and is listed as questionable. So that's kind of where you're at. Really, the big question for us going into this game is Kiko Alonso and Xavier Howard, whether they go or not. It's looking less and less to me like Xavier is going to go, and probably a little less and less like Kiko's going to go.
Bo, it's next man up at this linebacker thing. Jelani Jenkins has been hurt pretty much all season long, so in steps Butler, in steps Paysinger. Hewitt. It's going to be a combination. And Mike Hull's going to have to play a lot of football in the middle.
The best thing about that is they've all gotten some reps. And
there's no surprise at the end of the week.
Mike got a couple series last week when Kiko was down and got in there and played. So he's got a little. But you look around the National Football League, Joe. It's nothing new.
Oh, it's everybody.
I mean, everybody's
not just the Dolphins in certain areas.
Yes.
Everybody's dealing with it. It's part of it. That's why the injury. Hey, that's why we do the 53-man roster, not a 30-man roster. You count on the back end to give you something, and they have to be ready to play.
You look at this. You look at this Cardinal team, Joe, and numbers wise, schedule or wins and losses. They're a 5-6-1 team. 4 of their 6 losses have come on the road, Joe. They haven't been a good road team. Their offensive line has been in trouble, but when you look at them, Larry Fitzgerald, Carson Palmer, David Johnson, he's already over 1,000 yards. Patrick Peterson on defense. They got some great talent in this football team, and you certainly can't overlook. Well, the Dolphins can't overlook any team, but you certainly can't overlook these guys coming in.
Well, you look at 2 of the most productive guys right now for fantasy football people, if you don't want to just follow what they're doing, but Fitzgerald right now, what he's been able to do, and David Johnson, total of 1,700 yards with catches and running the football. Fitzgerald's getting 10-plus targets a game in the slot. That's going to be another one. Those 2 guys, that's a big part of their offense, combined for 20 touchdowns this season between them. So those are 2 guys you got to slow down. Bo, they need a big pass rush. That's going to help some. But the bigger thing is offense got to get some long drives going.
Yes.
The defense resting is the best thing.
Makes them a better defense, no question about it. But I'm with you. They've got this offense has to. And look, we saw between the 30s, they moved the ball. First down, they did a pretty good job in first down.
Even last week they had
Baltimore
decent field position,
things, but then just missed field goal, interception, then penalties that took back big plays that put you on the cusp of putting the points on the board. And you can't. I've said this all along. If you're not a great football team, you can't shoot yourself in the foot as many times as the Dolphins did last week in Baltimore.
Well, that was the one thing that this coaching staff, for you that watch and follow this team, know that one thing about the coordinators and the head coach, they are brutally honest about what's going on with this team. I listened to Clyde Christensen yesterday say, we're not a good enough football team to overcome these problems when we have a penalty and now we're in 3rd and 16. We're not good enough to just draw back and get 16 yards.
Yep. They've got to grind it out, and that's what it's going to be. Let's run up some questions here. At Fins Up 1, how do we contain David Johnson? That's a big question, Joe. You talk about him as a running back, over 1,000 yards, 1,005 yards to be exact, but this guy can catch the ball out of the backfield. And that lands right in the hands of the linebackers, Joe. Yeah. We talked about the linebackers, Kiko and Spencer coming in, and Neville coming in, and Mike Hull playing, and Donald Brown playing, and all these guys, all the situation out there with these guys having to try to contend with a guy like that. That's going to be a pretty heady job.
I think you got to clamp. You got to do some different things. Vance Joseph had to come up with some real unique game plan this week, but you got to double certain guys in certain situations off of tendencies that you see when you're putting your stuff together. I understand you can't double everybody. You can't double Larry Fitzgerald and then turn around and double David Johnson on the same plays, but you got to mix it up, and you cannot leave guys one-on-one with those kind of guys. They're just too good of players.
At DDSI Gary, Joe, you look very tired. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Get some rest.
I haven't had a lot of sleep this week. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, no, you never get sleep.
I had to party one night.
Oh, you had parties.
Had
a
family call about 3 a.m.
That's always good.
So the wife couldn't get back to sleep. So not to throw my business out there, but then I couldn't get to sleep. Yeah. So I got up.
You took a nap though today. You came right.
I did. I took a little 2-hour special.
Was it an under the cover nap? Did you get under the cover?
Yeah. You know what? The house got a little cool. I dropped right under the sheets.
Yeah, those are good naps.
That's the best nap going for old guys.
Yeah, when you get old, isn't that the best thing?
Oh, man.
Just a little nap.
Turned everything off. Forgot for just a second what day it was, what time it was. Yeah. It was beautiful, but thank you. And I'm going to try to get rested up. All right, that's
Scooby Fins Up. Whatever happened to Koamisi? Neck injury, injured reserve, done for the season. And Koa, the problem with Koa since he's been here is just been an injury problem. I don't know that he's had a full season since he's been here where he hasn't missed games.
I hate always saying this, and we talked to Koa on the sideline in the last game, but when he's healthy, he's really good. It's just he can't stay healthy. Yeah. He had a neck surgery. They give him he was given the green light to come back and play football again, but I don't know if it'll be in a Dolphins uniform.
Yeah, it's I'm with you. When he gets into plays, he's an impact guy, can make plays, but just some guys, and it's I don't go with the guys who are injury prone. It's just bad luck.
Right.
There's
he's
a lot of
physical guy,
and a lot of guys flying around the football field, Joe. And if you're not an injury prone guy, you're probably just a lucky guy.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. At Flynburn 1. So, what away city was your favorite to party and play at? What away city was your favorite to party and play at?
I know what mine was, because it's a combination, Bo, of that San Diego thing. San Diego's
San Diego's a good.
And then you found that one place that had the great margaritas, those oversized margaritas.
Yep.
Bo ordered food on the San Diego trip, and man, it was really
got to do it right.
Yeah.
You know where else?
I
tell you, was a fun play. I always enjoyed playing at Pittsburgh. I just like playing in Pittsburgh.
Really?
I like playing against the Steelers because they were one of my favorite teams growing up. And Pittsburgh was always, when I first came here, when I first came to the Dolphins, there was a family in Pittsburgh. They were a Polish family, and I don't know, someone on the team knew them. But that became the spot that everybody went to when you went to Pittsburgh, because you'd go to their house and they'd have all this stuff cooking, all these Polish different types of foods and drink. And I never forget, I stayed away. I didn't go to it because that was kind of for the guys who were older than me when I was new coming into the league. But I do remember one of the players coming back from that dinner just in time for the snack. Remember we used to have the 8:30 snack?
Yeah.
We had to come back, and so everyone wasn't out all night getting crazy. It's kind of so check in and make sure everyone's, everyone's still in the fold, so to speak. And I remember Coach Shula getting up and talking a little bit, and one of the guys threw up right on the tablecloth on the table. And all the players are trying to hide him, and you should fold the tablecloth over and this and that. Hey, what's going on back there?
Yeah.
No, nothing, Coach. Everything's all right. Meanwhile, the guy's sloughing down, falling on the floor, and dragging him back to the room for the game the next day. So Pittsburgh was a pretty good away city for that kind of stuff. Twitter question: do you believe the Ravens exposing our weak linebacker unit will cause every team to attack the middle? Well, look, let's not lay everything on the linebackers. Safeties had a part in that too, Joe, in the middle of the field. And yes, I do. I think everybody that the Dolphins play from here going forward at least has to stick their toe in the water in the middle of the field and see what's there.
Everybody has a scouting report on every guy in the league.
Yep.
Before they even came to the Miami Dolphins, they knew about what Kunduz can do and can't do, Rambo, what he can do and what he can't do, and that whole group of linebackers. Yeah, people are going to attack that part of the field. Tight ends running down the middle. We've seen it 2 weeks in a row. The 49ers did it in the second half. We're going to see more of it in this game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. Until you stop it, they're gonna go at it. Let me see where I'm at. At Eric Ofong. Bo, Joe, do you think we should start with a hurry-up offense to jumpstart the game? I think they've kind of gotten away from that hurry-up offense, Joe, early in the game. I think, we saw it in L.A. when they needed it. Had 6 minutes left to go. You had to put points on the board. They kind of got in a rhythm there. I just think this team needs to. I think this team needs to stop shooting themselves in the foot and just pick up the first downs and let their offense go the way they need to. I'm not. To me,
I think they're going to see some of it, Bo. I think it could happen. He likes to mix it up. If the slow play's not working, I can see him.
I can see him mix up once you get going, but I don't think he. I would say this: I don't think he comes out of the chute and goes into a hurry-up offense.
Well, he's about rhythm, getting something going and getting on a hot streak and kind of getting his quarterback going and his players going and offensive line getting a couple of good running plays going. Hurry up, let's keep it going. And there's nothing Adam Gase likes more than watching a couple of gas 300-pound defensive linemen.
No doubt
he
about
starts
that.
drooling when that happens.
No doubt. I think I said, who did I say? Donald Butler. Who did I call him? Donald, who did I call him the other day? Just a minute ago.
Did you call him Keith Butler?
No, I called him Donald something else, but I didn't call him Donald Butler. At Grad06, that's Leon giving me he gave me a little shot from Leon. Right? I threw the wrong name out there, so Leon give me a little shot. That's all right. That's all right. Another guy can do that job. At Grad06, Bo, do you think Mike Hall and Paysinger can keep up with Gresham and David Johnson? I tell you, Mike Hall, I like Mike Hall the way he plays, but I look at him out there on the field, Joe, and, he's a small guy, man. And especially with Jermaine Gresham, you put him running down the field with him, because Gresham's got to be 6'5", 6'5" guy, right?
No, he's 260.
Yeah.
He's 260
6'5",
pounds.
260.
Listen, Arizona's putting a game plan. At some point, guys are going to get isolated one-on-one.
Yes.
They're going to expose guys and force them either in man coverage. They're going to flex out and make the Dolphins defense show their hand. And there's going to be some one-on-one opportunity. Bo, there's nothing you can do. At some point, there's going to be a mismatch. It's just how you handle it and how big a play it becomes.
Yeah. I called him Donald Brown. Evidently, I got that in Donald Brown.
Hell of a running back.
Used to be a Donald Brown here, right?
Yeah, there was a Donald Brown here, too.
Yeah, so, sometimes I get jumbled up there. I appreciate you pointing that out to me, Leon. It's always nice of you to do that. Joey Bag of Donuts. Joe and Bo, do you believe the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs with all that's at stake? I don't know. All I know is this. They've got to win 3 of these next 4 games, and it starts on Sunday in order to have a shot. And you've got to get a little help with Denver. But this game you've got to have. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts that this game, you don't get this game, and you can...
Yeah. Right, and then you just play for whatever amount of wins you can get, but you've got to win this game. Hey, by the way, you want to play well at home. Got 2 home games left. New England, the last one of the season. You want to play good. You want to feel good. I'm not even looking at playoffs. I'm with you. Denver is looking real strong right now in the position they're in. I think Kansas City winning that game against Oakland last night puts them at wild card and division winner. I can't imagine those guys collapsing to that point. So Dolphins are way behind right now and have to win this game because there'll be no playoff talk if they lose to Arizona.
By the way, you watched that game last night? Some pretty good defensive football teams on that field out there.
Both.
I mean, both sides played good defense. A lot of good,
pretty balanced, good players in their secondary. I agree.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. El Chapo Jr., do you anticipate
El Chapo. The guy shows up for every show.
El Chapo is here every time. Where's my other? No, Double D hasn't shown up yet, but I'm not going to. We still got a little ways to go here. El Chapo Jr., do you anticipate a 50-50 run-to-pass ratio from the Cardinals on offense? Oh, I think that depends on how the secondary steps up. I think they're going to test. I think they're going to throw the ball early, see what they can do, and until the Dolphins stop them, I think they continue to throw the football. You got Donald Brown to mix. You got Donald Brown. I got my mind on Donald Brown. You got David Johnson to mix in there with the running game, and you like. I'm sure they, like every other team, wants to have a balanced offense.
You don't think they'll do what Baltimore did and throw the first 49 plays? 40 of them were passes.
Look, if they run down the field and go and have 6 first downs in 8 plays and get a touchdown, throwing the ball down the middle of the field, then you may see 40 runs or 40 passes and 20 runs or somewhere along that line. I think the balance of the balance that the Cardinals are going to come out with offensively has to do with the Dolphins and their ability to play defense against either side of that, the run or the pass. Now, if he comes out and starts running the football and starts ripping off, shredding the Dolphins' run defense, then you got real big problems at that point, right? I agree. Yep. Twitter, nobody respects the Dolphins in the media, and winning this game will gain some of it back. Well, look, I think the Dolphins in that 6-game streak had started to develop a little bit of a national consciousness among the national media. But I think losing the way they lost last week
takes away a lot.
Throws them right back into the mix
I agree.
There they go again.
Well, that and the whole December thing's not going to go away until they start playing better in December.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They've got to and this is look. You couldn't have had a worse game last week to start December. You can recoup that today, on Sunday. By coming up and winning that football game. And then you're looking at a Jets team that's in disarray after that.
Yep.
They don't know who their quarterback's going to be from week to week. You look at Buffalo, who knows what they're going to be by the time you get to Buffalo. And then, what everybody, at least that's a Dolphin fan, Dolphin organization, players would like to see happen, would have that New England game be consequential on the last day of the first day of 2017 and say, hey, you win this game, we're in or we're out. That's what everybody would love to see if you're a Dolphin fan.
Well, one thing has never changed about this since I've known you for a long time now. New England's the number 1 seed. Again, look at everything's going through New England of right now for the playoffs.
No doubt. That's it, and that's
unbelievable.
Grad 06, I think we had him earlier on. Yeah. He was the Spencer Pace singer and Mike Hall question. Miami's first year under Gaze are doing better than media gives credit. Look, I think this coaching staff, you can say what you want, but I think this coaching staff, I think it's been a remarkable job what they've done. I'm not just talking about Adam Gase and, and coordinator. I'm talking about the entire coaching staff to get this team with so many shortcomings to be able to play and be as successful as they have this year. I think it's been a great coaching job by each and every one of those guys.
I'm with you. I just look, this 53-man roster, I just remind everybody, you couldn't fix it in 1 year.
No.
That's why Adam Gase is the coach here. But they got a lot of guys that if you look and you break it down overall, not just about last week, but how they've done, there's a lot of guys getting passing grades. And I think a lot of that goes back overall. I know a lot of people want to hear this. Quarterbacks played a lot better football. We've seen them do a lot of things.
How come nobody buys that, Joe?
I've gotten it all week on the radio. It's back to Tannehill bashing all week. And listen, he had 2 bad throws on interceptions. He took a sack that he got to throw away on a bootleg. But I still think, and I just tell everybody when I finally get, because if you don't like Brian Tannehill, there's no way we're going to change their mind.
No doubt.
But Adam Gase likes him. I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere.
He's a quarterback here for a long time.
And Joe, you can look around that roster of players from Sam Young to Anthony Steen to Tony Lippett to Byron Maxwell to Caduce to the linebackers, Donald Butler, Spencer Pasinger, Neville Hewitt. You could go on and on with the guys that have raised their level of play and become better football players under this coaching staff, better than they were prior to this coaching staff coming in.
I agree. We got. I think one of the great stories of this team is that all the 5th round picks that we had 2 years ago, and how good they've played. We're getting a lot out of that. It's starting with Jay Ajayi, who looks like he's a franchise running back. He looks that good. Yeah,
I kind of left him out of the mix too. But here's a guy that, week 1 didn't even go on the trip, and all of a sudden,
home.
No doubt about it. Hey, you're watching the Audible here. If you're watching us on Periscope, you can send your questions. Just hashtag the Audible. You can see us on a rebroadcast on the Miami Dolphins Facebook page beginning tomorrow, and you can see us on MiamiDolphins.com. Kim Bokamper, Joe Rose with you. H. Malpa Tunsil has been complaining about his shoulder. What is that about? Well, what it's about is his shoulder hurts. It hurts. I mean, look, at this time of the year, Joe, everyone's hurting. And look,
I have a lot of sympathy for guys. I mean, we used to have a group of guys, and they don't do it now. I don't know if we're supposed to say this. We used to have a guys lining up to take needles before games late in the year. There'd be a line of 6, 7 guys waiting to get that long needle to numb some part of their body to play. And
I was thinking about this the other day, Joe. Coach Shula, when you had to, before a game, you had, can you go?
Yeah.
He had the can you go question, right, for Coach Shula. And
imagine him telling you can't go.
And he'd come up to, you had three choices. Hey, can you go? You've been working on it. Can you go? You could say yes, you could say no, and you could say I don't know. And when you said yes, that meant you were going to go play when you really weren't probably ready to play. And you're going to get yelled at in films on Tuesday.
Just like you were healthy.
Like you were healthy. You say, but Coach, you say, look, get to the ball. Well, Coach, on my knee, he goes, you're healthy enough to play. You got to make the play. So that comes with the yes. The no, can you go? No. Hey, walk away and you feel like a piece of dirt. And then there's the I don't know. Can you go? I don't know. What's that mean? Can you or can't you? Well, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, I probably can, but if I do, I'm going to get yelled at on Tuesday.
I'm not going to be very good.
I don't know, Coach.
Oh,
well,
man, that's funny.
It's a little different thing right now. 38 double D lever comes in late. Well, it's obvious we're getting gashed on D with intermediate zone passes. Any suggestions? Cover better would be the suggestion I've got. Look, and that's...
Bo, talk about that
zone. I don't care about zone, man on man. Yeah,
you
got, at some point, if you're a zone, if you're a zone coverage, if you're in the zone coverage and somebody's crossing your face in the zone, you've got to close the distance. You can't just sit there and have guys running underneath you. I've always was taught that it's man to man within your zone. Guys in your zone play them like man to man.
That's what I'm used to seeing.
Tighten up on them. Play that way, and instead of just, kind of waiting in there and then reacting to the ball, it's more react to the man than the ball. But look, they've had just as much trouble. Let's because a lot of this goes back to last week and the week before against San Francisco, who late in the game had success down the middle of the field. I don't care if it's zone, or man-to-man, they've gotten beaten both ways over these last couple of weeks and beaten badly, both in zone and man-to-man. So as much as you got to tighten up the zone, you got to tighten up the man-to-man coverage also. No different.
Much better.
Yeah.
Reaction time coming off zone 2 and the ball's thrown from the point where Flacco would look where he's going to throw. At some point, you got to look where you're going to throw it. By the time he throw it, I thought everybody was
be
slow
toward,
getting there. Right. It was just too easy with nobody getting hit after the catch.
You watch guys practice, defensive backs, linebackers practice, and when they're coming off their breaks. I always wanted to come off my break at almost at a not quite a 45-degree angle, but probably about a 60-degree angle. Closer. I wanted to angle back. I didn't want to be flat. I wanted to be moving forward. And what you can't do is round off. And I think we've been seeing a lot of round off on the zone, where you kind of get there and you just kind of lope over to the zone, and that allows people to come open and make plays. At Susie Cheesecake, hey guys, what's the difference between hurt and being injured back in the day? Well, injured to me is if you just can't go. If you just, you got a broken bone, you got a broken leg, you got this or that.
You just got to throw it out from the way it was and the way it is now. These guys got it. If they can't go or they say they can't go.
No questions asked.
There's no questions. Coach goes, okay, next guy up. It wasn't always like that.
No. I mean, look.
And plus, I just had major guilt about everybody thought it was just coaches intimidating you. I didn't want to. First of all, I was always scared about getting cut. Yeah, and second of all, you don't want to let the other guys down.
No.
On the team.
The back in the day, look, you talk about, guys got injections, you did this, you did that, whatever you did whatever you had to do to get ready to play. And
are we okay talking about that needle on this show?
Sure, yeah. And not only that, but they expect you to practice every day when you were hurt. You practiced every day when you just had to do it, and that's just the way it was. But and you know what? It wasn't hard. You weren't twisting guys' arm to give them the needle because guys wanted to get back and play.
No, guys wanted to play.
Guys wanted to play. I don't care what you need to do it so I can get back and play.
We got great needle stories with guys taking parts of your body that would just make you turn your head. And
I remember Lyle Blackwood took one right.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to tell that story.
Broke his nose and took one right between the doctor's all on his hands and knees on
surrounded
top of
around him.
Yeah, that was interesting. Twitter, here's a question. Hey, Joe, what was it like being back in the Coliseum where you caught Marino's first touchdown pass? Do you remember? Did you go back to the spot? Do you remember where the spot was?
I do. Well, right when I got there, I actually did.
Because you did a Cup of Joe from there.
I did a Cup of Joe.
By the way,
exactly
before the
right.
games, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Bo.
9 o'clock, 9:30 every Sunday before
Cup
the
of Joe.
game. On the Miami Dolphins.
We got new NFL rules. We can go live now.
That's right.
You can understand all the NFL policies.
Catch him live on Facebook on Cup of Joe every Sunday prior to the game. 9:30, 9-ish?
9:30, 9:30, quarter to 10 or something. Yeah, but it's fun.
Does Leon produce your?
He's there with us usually.
Yeah.
And it still I had to look at him. He's not giving me a nod over there.
He still gets on the air. All right. Anyway, what was it like being back in the Coliseum where you caught the touchdown pass?
It was fun. It was fun to be there. Danny, everybody was out there on the field. It was fun. Bo, that the Coliseum, we talk about the old Orange Bowl.
Danny, you didn't reenact, did you? You didn't do a reenactment, did you?
No, he was too busy hanging out with all the stars and stuff. No, I didn't get to see that part.
He was hanging with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, he was with Snoop and Fergie and all those guys, right? Yeah.
So what was it like? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I just like being back. I think I'm like you as far as Southern California, right? Just being back.
Just being back, yeah.
It was nice to go to California.
One thing I know about that Coliseum, and everyone talks about, the historic Coliseum, it's as much of a dump now as it was back when we played. Or if not worse. It's got to be worse. Because
it's got great history, but it is really outdated. And apparently USC is going to spend money, but they don't want to spend money till the Rams are gone. Yeah. And they've got that on. The Rams are building a billion-dollar deal.
The Rams are going to be there for another 3 or 4 years.
Oh, yeah, that stadium's going to take a while.
Time to go, yeah.
They're building Dallas, they call it Dallas 2.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a big, bad stadium. And, Bo, I still think they want 2 teams out there.
Well, the Chargers, I think, they're about ready. I think they're within days of having to decide whether they're going to go or not, and I think they're going to go. Yeah. I think they're going to head up and go there. Twitter, do you think Gaze can build a Super Bowl caliber team by our home Super Bowl in 2020? I think there's plenty of time to do that.
Yeah.
2020 gives you 3 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
All his guys.
Get his guys in there.
All Chris Greer's guys.
Yeah.
They can get They can get a
And look,
good group. They got to hit on these drafts, Bo. I don't want to start talking draft here on the Audible, but yeah, the draft's got to keep hitting on. Yep. I'm big on hitting on 1s and 2s.
Yeah, me too.
And then everything else is gravy. Hit some 3s,
and you know what
5s.
You know what I'm big on, Joe? I'm big on if you're committed to a guy, don't think, well, look, maybe we can get him in the 3rd round. If you're committed to a guy, take the guy whenever you can. Take him so you got him. If you want him, take him. Let everyone say what else you want to say. Yeah. That's the guy I wanted. I don't care.
We, without saying any names, we've been through it where drafts are over and they go, I really like that guy, but they jumped up 10 picks ahead of us.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, we like that guy. Yeah, we knew a lot about him. He was in our backyard. We knew. Okay.
You see this?
What? I can't see.
It says, wrap. I have a holiday party to get to. My man Leon. Big money. You guys making big money.
Are we out of time, Bo?
We got to extend this thing, man. We're out of time for him because he wants to go. He wants to go to a party.
Oh, they are giving us the big.
Yeah,
but we want. I want to. I like doing this stuff. This is good stuff.
It's got a call from Doug Better, so I'm gonna go too because I'm gonna call Big Red. I'm gonna call Big Red on the way home.
Hey, by the way, where are we with Doug? How much fun is that having him out in Seattle? Doug Betters, man.
Doug's the best. Absolutely the best.
We could do if you got a book. Doug Better's got a chapter or 2 in that book.
That's it. All right, Joe. Been a pleasure, my man.
Good, always nice. Thanks.
Thanks to Leon back there. Thanks to Trey for doing the good work on the injury report, Trey. Teach Leon a little thing or two about producing the show back there. No problem with that. Squatch, Logan, Jeff, everyone back there that's been helping us out on the Audible. Thanks to each and every one of you guys. We'll be back on Monday. Look, Doug must be listening online. He's calling right now.
Call him. Take the call.
Hey, Doug.
Yo, Bo, what up?
You're live on the Audible.
Doug, Joe Rose, how you doing, man?
Let's hear from you.
Good, man.
Say goodbye to everybody, Doug. We're just wrapping this show up. Doug Betters.
Say goodbye.
Don't cuss and say goodbye.
Say goodbye. I'll call you in a few minutes.
No, hey, well, you guys, I'll do that. I'll be sitting out here in 4 degrees waiting for your call.
All right. Take care.
See you, Dougie boy.
Doug Betters live on the Audible. We'll see you on Monday, 4:30.
Never know what you're going to get.
Hopefully we'll get a Dolphin win.